Super Bowl playoff run, you're going to need too many drives, which means receivers on the field. Ravens right now ranked dead last in 11 personnel usage. That's 1 running back, 1 tight end, obviously 3 wide receivers. So bringing Deontay Johnson, who made his hay in the league in Pittsburgh, obviously in the division, probably had some good games against the Ravens. So bringing a guy that can separate, make catches, be a great move, I think, for the Ravens down the line.
Are they going to win it all?
I mean, if I had to pick one team right now, it'd probably be the Lions, but then obviously the Chiefs. And then the Ravens will kind of be right there in that conversation.
I like that they're adding pieces to an offense that has already been very successful. That's what you do whenever you're trying to chase a championship. Let's talk about another trade that took place yesterday. It was an old big guy.
Yeah.
It was an old big guy. You don't really see this often. Left tackle. Cam Robinson traded from the Jacksonville Jaguars to the Minnesota Vikings right in time to take on the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday Night Football. Obviously, Cam's been part of a Jaguars team that has been an Achilles heel for the Colts team. But also, the Minnesota Vikings lose their dog, their stud left tackle. They make a play to replace him. Let's go to 12-year NFL vet, Super Bowl champion, host of In the Trenches. Ladies and gentlemen, AQ Shipley.
Hey,
AQ, how do we feel about this trade? Do big guys get traded often?
No, this is rare, especially at the deadline. This is a big move for the Vikings, though. They lose Christian Darrisaw, who's a top 3 left tackle in the league, and they get Cam Robinson, who's a former first-rounder out of Alabama. But I think it's a win on both sides because the Jacksonville Jaguars have got to see a lot of Walker Little as their left tackle whenever Cam's been out due to suspension or injury, and they like him, so it's a win-win on both sides.
So suspension came last year for Cam Robinson for performance-enhancing drugs.
PEDs.
So this guy's trying to get better.
Yeah.
You know, he probably didn't know, obviously didn't know that you were going to fail a test, didn't know whatever was in whatever, but Cam Robinson's been around, played a lot of ball. Will be able to, our left tackle is able to get dropped into any offense?
Yeah, the beauty about it is most terminology is the same around the league. It's just fitting it into a different system. There's going to be a few words. The good news is they got a good offensive line. They got a good center. He'll be able to communicate to him down the line. They got a stud moving in at left tackle for them.
Did you hear Joe Flacco is starting?
Yeah, I heard.
Here we go.
For the foreseeable future, too, it feels like, for the Indianapolis Colts.
They're better with him.
Were you teammates with Flacco?
I was.
What do you think of Joey Flacco?
I've said it forever. He's the best deep ball thrower I ever played with.
Okay, what about as a human behind the scenes? Like, how's he dealing with all this shit? Because this has been very loud, obviously.
He's a phenomenal teammate. He really is. He's great in the locker room. He's great with the guys. I mean, the whole team has to love him. They have to love this move because the offensive line knows balls are going to get completed.
And also wide receivers know the balls are going to get completed.
Bingo.
Feels
Everybody's going to play for him.
Is it too late, though, for this particular move? You know, that's been kind of a narrative that people have been saying. So we get to a point now in a season where, has it already slipped away? Then you choose to go like we're trying to win now? It's like, Colts win on this past Sunday, they're lead the division.
Yeah.
That's a home playoff game.
Exactly.
We haven't won the division in a long, long, long time. Now, Coach Steichen came out today and said that this is not quitting on Anthony Richardson by any means. It was his decision. He obviously had to talk to Jim Irsay, but he was the one that was to make the decision. He said it's obviously tough for Anthony Richardson, but he thinks he'll handle it the right way. I think he said in there, learn how to, maybe operate the offense, be a little bit more professional, I think he said in that entire thing. And then I think the big takeaway from everybody around the Anthony Richardson benching is like, gotta lie to the media.
Yeah, for sure.
Zaire Franklin, who's obviously stud for the Indianapolis Colts. He was leading the league in tackles. He is our heartbeat on the defensive side of the ball alongside DeForest Buckner. He talked about it on his podcast. It was like, we gotta lie there. Can't be telling the truth. Even if you were out of breath, you had a strain or something. You thought something was happening, and then you were able to get back out there. But the fact that he thought he could just say that and it was going to be okay, that's a part of the maturity process of being the face of a franchise and being an NFL quarterback, which Joe Flacco knows all about. Joe Flacco in that Steichen offense, too. I feel like Steichen can draw up any offense for anybody. You look what happened in Philadelphia after he left. Now, obviously, they're starting to figure it out. They get Saquon back. But with Jonathan Taylor, the weapons we have outside, the offensive line, I don't do a lot of grading. I haven't seen them in the top 5.
Yeah, which is weird.
They got good, though.
Haven't seen them in top 5, but PFF has got them very high, and it feels like our offense is able to operate. And we had Goodson, Sermon, and Jonathan Taylor all running well, so I'd assume the offensive line is doing a good job. It's like with the defense, how many people have been paid, with how much talent's on the offense, you get a quarterback in there that can run the offense. As a Colts fan, I think we can go.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of Colts fans that are mad at me. Okay, a lot of Colts fans still mad at me.
Sure.
A lot of saying terrible things about me. Like very rude things saying about me. What have I done for the Colts? Nothing, I guess, obviously. Not just like punting, obviously nothing, but just everything else for the Colts and that entire thing. I think what we said and have said is good for the long term of Anthony Richardson. I think he had to hear it from a lot of people. And hopefully it's a situation where he realizes that whenever you are, the quarterback of an NFL team, this isn't like college, we're lucky you're our quarterback. High school, we're thankful that we have the most athletic guy. This is a billion-dollar operation. This is your profession. This is your job. This is your work. And there's a lot of other people's jobs and families that are depending upon your success. It's no longer a game. This is your employment. Mm-hmm. This is how you are making a living.
Yep.
So if he's able to learn that, I think his talent is in abundance. I think Shane Steichen understands that his talent and ability is there. Now, a lot of people say he's going to have to play to get that. It's like there's been guys in the past that have been able to sit and watch and learn. Hopefully he'll be able to get the mental reps. But once again, was he ever doing that? And is this potentially a part of the development process to develop? Hopefully. That's where I stand on it. I assume, we got Jage in the next hour.
Sure. Looking forward to that.
And this happened against the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
And the Houston Texans defense is already I think it's a testament to the defense.
Yeah.
You said, I think it was Will Anderson, was doing a podcast. And he said, never happened before, right? Never? Quarterback never, ever in the history of football has tapped out before, right? Yeah. Well, I think it's a testament to our defense. It's like, I'd be saying the same damn thing. If I was the Houston Texans defense, I would be saying, only quarterback in the history tap out against a team. Who was it? Healthy. Didn't want it anymore. Us. Mm-hmm. I assume Jage is going to be loud about it.
Yeah, sure.
We don't need to continue to drag on about it because I think this could be a pivotal point for Anthony Richardson.
Hope so.
Going forward to become a great. Because if not, you're talking about an immense amount of talent just not figuring it out ever.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's a privilege, to play in the NFL, and sometimes you got to learn that he is a young kid, and he has to also know, it's got to matter to him more than anybody else. It's got to be Anthony Richardson incorporated once you enter the league. Because the NFL, it goes on. Teams go on, injuries happen, moves happen, and the coaches, they're going to make the best decisions for the program. The GMs, the owners, they're going to do the same thing. So he's got to figure it out for him. It's not, it's the big boy league. You went to Joe, you moved to Joe, and now the team goes on with Joe. Now, the offensive line, they did get I think they got their ass beat last week. They have been playing well this year, but they got their ass beat last week. So they got to obviously answer the bell as well. And, everything's still in front of the Colts right now. The season's definitely not away. You see what's going on in Houston right now. I saw CJ. CJ looked bummed out. Obviously.
He was bummed out.
You lose Stephon Diggs, who I'm sure they've gotten tight. They've gotten close. He's a guy that works his ass off, plays tough, and he has a season-ending injury. So you make this move with the Colts. You obviously see the rest of the season there. So we'll see how it goes.
We will see how it goes. And once again, hope Anthony becomes a great quarterback.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Can.
There's been a lot of great quarterbacks that have had to sit a bit. Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson even sat for a bit behind Joe
Phillip Rivers,
Joe Flacco.
Josh sat for a little bit.
Yeah, so they're comparing his stats to Josh Allen's stats his rookie year, and it's like what the Bills were, what the Colts are.
Two different situations.
This Colts team is paid. Mm-hmm. This Colts team has pillar spots paid and can go.
Yeah.
Behind Joe.
Yeah.
Easily.
And Flacco we trust.
Mm-hmm.
Browns didn't they?
Always
They did.
And they went on a run.
That's why with the
Why
Browns,
can't we have a little fun? Why are we picking and choosing when to win?
I don't know.
We can win right now. Let's go ahead and do it. That's what Shane Steichen said. Shane Steichen also has to worry about addressing that team and being able to continue to say his message about, hey, we're trying to win, we're trying to win, we're trying to win. We have everything in this room. And then if you're making a decision, and then they said the tap out had nothing to do with it. Okay, that's not true. That certainly had everything to do with it. Because we can work on the development on the field, but then if we got to also work on understanding who you are in a situation, that's a lot to put on him. He's 22, future's bright. Good luck, AR. We're pulling for you.
Yeah.
I do hope you're great.
Yeah.
6 figures on season tickets, okay? Coming up with concepts and ideas to make that place a home field advantage,
Invested.
Very much invested in the Colts.